Josephine was born in Victoria Barracks in Hong Kong on October 3, 1876, to Irish parents James Bracken, a corporal in the British Army, and Elizabeth Jane McBride, who were married on May 3, 1868, in Belfast, Ireland. After her mother died shortly after childbirth, her father gave her up for adoption. She was taken in by her godfather, the American George Taufer, a blind and fairly well-to-do engineer of the pumping plant of the Hong Kong Fire Department. In his late Portuguese wife, he later remarried another Portuguese woman from Macau, Francisca Spencer, with whom he had another daughter. In 1891, the second Miss Taufer died, and the two young women managed the Taufer home. After all, Mr. Taufer decided for marry again, but the new wife turned out to be difficult to deal with. Josephine, she spent 2 months in the convent of the Canossian Sisters, where she previously attended early years of school. She decided to go back only after Mr. Taufer called at the convent's door, pleading her to go back home, as his third wife turned out to be a bad housekeeper. Shortly after a few months, she had trouble again with the third Mrs. Taufer and haunted her of the house. Bracken later recommended that her blind adopted father see Jose Rizal, who was a respected ophthalmologist and had practiced at Red Maxilla Terrace in Hong Kong. By this time, he was a political exile in Dapitan, Zamboanga del Norte, in southern Philippines. The family sailed to the Philippines and arrived in Manila on February 5, 1895, and later the month Bracken and Taufer sailed to Dapitan. Taufer Doble's cataract was beyond Rizal's help, but he fell in love with Bracken. Taufer vehemently opposed the union, but finally listened to reason. Bracken accompanied Taufer to Manila on his way back to Hong Kong, together with Rizal's sister Narcisa. On March 4, 1895. Rizal applied for marriage, but because of his writings and political stance, the local priest, Father Obak, would only agree to the ceremony if Rizal obtained permission from the Bishop of Cebu. Either the bishop did not write him back, or Rizal was not able to mail the letter because of Taufer's sudden departure. Before heading back to the Pitan to live with Rizal, Bracken introduced herself to a member of his family in Manila. His mother suggested a civil marriage, which she believed to be a lesser sacrament but free from hypocrisy, and thus less a burden to Rizal's conscience than making any sort of political retraction. Neither Bracken and Rizal lived together as husband and wife in Barangay Talisay, Dapitan, beginning in July 1895. The couple had a son, Francisco Rizal Bracken, who was born prematurely and died within a few hours of birth. While she was in a delicate condition, Rizal played a prank on her that was harmless in itself, which startled her so that she sprang forward and struck against an iron stand. Though it was purely an accident and Rizal was squarely at fault, he blamed himself for it. His later devotion seems largely to have been trying to make amends.